What's going on, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another edition of Action Sunday. This week, it's a bit of a special treat, okay? One of my few holiday treats I'm going to wrap for you guys during the Christmas season kind of thing. So this one's a bit of a treat for me because I never saw this movie, and I'm pretty sure not a lot of people have ever seen this movie as well. This movie is called Over the Top. Now, I know what you're thinking. Technically, this is more of a sports drama, but there is definitely some action sprinkled into it. And if you kind of think about it in all fairness, I feel like the actual action itself is the actual arm wrestling matches itself, which is crazy. So yeah, for those that are not familiar with Over the Top, it's a Stallone movie from 1986, 87, that period of the 80s, the greatest decade ever. He plays a trucker by the name of Lincoln Hawk, and supposedly he's not only is he a traveling trucker who delivers shit all over the country, he's also a arm wrestler. And of course, by that, on paper that sounds pretty cool, right? And yeah, believe it or not, it's actually based on a true story, based on a real life person by the name of John Zenk. I can't pronounce the guy's name. It's hard to spell, but you get my point. And supposedly, they actually got some real legit arm wrestlers to play for the tournament. Everything else is just more like your classic stereotypical action drama kind of thing, action drama tropes. Yeah, something about he has an estranged son from a marriage that he knows about, but unfortunately his wife is dying. It's crazy to think about that. Everything you can think of, you can just throw out the wall here. Robert Loggia, my goodness, what a great guy. Great, perfect. I wouldn't say he's a villain per se, but he's definitely the bad guy in this situation because he's his father, Stallone's father-in-law, ex-father-in-law, something like that, as his son's grandfather. And of course, he's trying to say, no, he's coming home with me. You have no right. You left him. It's a crazy bit of a, you can tell it's like a shared family almost, but he's just trying to reconcile with his son. It's kind of sad, but at the same time, it's heartwarming. And by the final act, it gets really good. But although I feel like the pacing of this movie is really weird, it's at first you're they don't get along at first, but literally halfway, almost not even halfway into the movie, all of a sudden you finally realize, okay, they're definitely starting to like each other. But then I feel like they were hamming some stuff in. I felt like, come on, build it up more or something like that. But I don't know. But at least the arm wrestling scenes was good. But as for our actions beyond stuff, there's a bit of a fight / chase / kidnapping scene that involves Stallone's son. But of course, it's crazy. It's like, oh my God, he's on the phone. And he turns around, he's like, oh shit, his son's getting away. He drops the phone, goes off of that. A guy tries to jump on Stallone. Stallone beats the shit out of him. Then he gets in the truck, runs the truck down. It's crazy. Yeah, it's a great chase. But yeah, it's like a small bump on the radar. But later on, it definitely feels like an action movie. In fact, I feel like something was ripped out of Roadhouse, if that makes any sense. I don't want to give much away, but there's a crazy scene where he drives his truck into this freaking mansion. Yeah, that's all I'm going to say right there. It definitely feels like tropes of an action movie. But now, for the real stars of the show, obviously, is the arm wrestling scene. That's the big over-the-top tournament, which is actually based on a real tournament. It actually happened. And of course, fun fact, Scott Norton, yes, actual arm wrestling world champion, former NWO member, is in this movie. It's a blinking and miss it scene. I might, if you guys follow me, I posted a picture on Instagram of oh, blinking and miss it, here he is. It's he's in one of the first round matches. It's during the crazy sports montages kind of thing. He's there. So yeah, it's crazy to think about that. And of course, according to Scott Norton's biography, autobiography, it was 800 arm wrestlers when they were trying to get all these scenes and all these extras to play for this movie. It's crazy enough. And even during the promotion, Norton actually met the director, Sly Stallone, and Chuck Norris. Yeah, I'm wait, Chuck Norris? that would seems odd. He's nowhere in the final product, but I guess he was just there to be like, oh, this is the over-the-top tournament. This is an arm wrestling tournament. Just come check it out. So, yeah, there's like a whole build. There's like a whole tour of it all over North America and Japan and even Australia. That's what I was told about this. And it's like my goodness, a real-life thing that really makes a really good, amazing movie. Although I heard that the producers didn't really like the final cut or the creator didn't like it. But to us, I feel like it's a decent final product. But I feel like they could have added something else. Give a little bit more exposition, like why do you leave his son's wife? Why this and why that and all that kind of thing. Also, speaking of wrestlers, Terry Funk has a role, even though it's like a bodyguard role. I'm like, which is weird, but I'm glad to see him. You know, hey, it's like I said, some more Roadhouse elements since he was in Roadhouse. So yeah, there you go. So finally, after all these years, I really enjoyed Over the Top. Do I find myself coming back to it? Maybe. I do like Stallone, but if it comes to replay value, probably very low for my taste. I don't know. If I'm in the mood, okay? If I just want to see Scott Norton again, since you know, I do like Scott Norton. He's sort of becoming a cult favorite of mine. But yeah, there you go. So with that in mind, I'm gonna give Over the Top. I'm gonna give it a 6.5 out of 10. And and of course, for my reasons why is most of the action is essentially the arm wrestling tournament. That's really the start of the show. It's more of a sports drama, but there are some moments of action, like the chase scenes. If you're expecting blood, guts, and explosions, there's none of that. But there's definitely some Roadhouse elements. If you love the Roadhouse kind of stuff, this is something for you. If you're a fan of Stallone, I definitely recommend it. Okay, otherwise, give it a pass. I was able to find it on the Tubi app. Tubi, always awesome. They're putting out more bangers and more content on there for you guys to watch. All right. So that does it for this week. Let me know what you think. Thumbs up the video, subscribe to my channel, and stay tuned for some more and awesome, exciting videos.